For 2022, Hyundai Motor Philippines has received a completely revamped passenger vehicle lineup and a brand new model. Now what we have here is the brand new model, the 2022 Hyundai Creta GLS IVT, and in this video, we get to check it out. Let's do this. Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I invite you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, click that like button and enjoy the show. Also special thanks to Hyundai Manila Bay for providing the Hyundai Creta GLS IVT to do this car feature. If you're within the area and you need any Hyundai, head on down here and check them out. For any inquiries, you may also contact the person in my pinned comment below. Now guys, before we begin, in case you find this video helpful, clicking that super thanks button will also be highly appreciated. There has been some massive changes in Hyundai Philippines for 2022, and one of the biggest change there is the discontinuation of the Hyundai Kona in favor of this Creta right here. Now, there were some earlier reports that the Hyundai Creta will come in as a 7-seater subcompact crossover, but looking at this top-of-the-line Creta GLS IVT here, well, it looks like Hyundai Philippines has decided to go for a 5-seater layout. Now, price-wise, the Creta fills in the gap nicely between the larger Hyundai Tucson and the smaller Hyundai Venue because this top-spec Hyundai Creta GLS IVT has a retail price of 1,332,000 Philippine pesos. Now, let's dive in and see what sort of features we can get for that kind of money. Looks-wise, the Hyundai Creta is off to a great start. Now, this Indonesian-sourced Hyundai Creta shares the same front mug as the larger Hyundai Tucson with the cascading front grille there taking center stage. Now, before some of you get confused, guys, there is another Creta with a totally different design, one that's made to look more like a smaller Hyundai Palisade that can be found in other markets. Now, if you were to ask me though, I prefer this look much better because this is absolutely striking. I mean, the way the blacked out cascading front grille here incorporates with the full LED DRLs there. I mean, dude, this thing just screams, look at me. Now, if you're looking for the LED headlights of the Creta, well, they can be found here on the cheeks of the front bumper, pretty similar to the ones found in the Hyundai Tucson. And yeah, when you tie it all together, guys, this look is so unique and, dare I say, absolutely fantastic. The side profile shows off the main exterior difference of the top-spec Creta GLS IVT versus the lower trim. As you can see, guys, well, it comes with a two-tone paint job here because it has a blacked-out roof as well as blacked-out pillars and a blacked-out set of power-folding side mirrors with LED turn signals. Now, when you go further down, it also comes with a set of 17-inch alloy wheels in a two-tone design, and these wheels are wrapped in 60 series tires. Now, behind those wheels, we get 4-wheel disc brakes, and for the suspension, the Creta GLS rides on McPherson's up front and a coupled torsion beam at the back. Now, for the ground clearance, guys, well, the Creta has a healthy ground clearance of 200 millimeters, which is slightly taller than the usual suspects in its category. If the front end of our Hyundai Creta has a different design from other markets worldwide, well, the rear end is exactly identical to the other Cretas out there. I mean, guys, this rear end already looks wild as it is. I mean, look at these LED taillights. Dude, these things are shaped like an alien hieroglyph. Or, yeah, it looks like a rune or something. I mean, it's crazy. Now, you've got to hand it to Hyundai for designing a rear end for the Creta that looks totally out of this world. Now, we also get these sharp creases on the liftgate there, plus this gaping mouth, wide open rear skid plate on the rear bumper. Yeah, this rear end is full of character and is so unique. Now guys, when you pop open the manual liftgate of this thing, you'll notice that the Creta has a decent amount of boot space here. As you can already see, it can house a couple of my medium-sized luggage there. And if you need more space than that, guys, well, the back seat can split fold to give you more cargo space. Now, if ever you're wondering where the spare tire is, it can be found underneath the floorboard of your cargo area. The Hyundai Creta here in the Philippines is powered by a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder SmartStream petrol engine that is good for 113 horsepower and 144 Newton-meters of torque. Now the power is sent to the front wheels via an IVT transmission, which is Hyundai speak for a CVT. Now guys, this is not the most powerful motor available for the Creta because other markets get a 1.4-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, a petrol engine, that can do a top speed of 185 kilometers per hour. Now, our own Creta here can only do a max speed of 170 kph, and I'm really hoping that Hyundai Motor Philippines will lend me one of these Hyundai Cretas very soon so that I can fully test out its maximum fuel economy. Now, I wouldn't test out the maximum speed or the top speed of this thing, yeah, at least not on video. The top-spec Hyundai Creta GLS gets a tasty-looking cabin here with a two-tone color layout that combines grays and browns here. It just gives it a more premium and upscale look. You see, we get faux leather seats here in a two-tone gray and brown design. And guys, even if I tell you that these are faux leather, dude, yeah, these seats can pass off as the real thing. Now we also get a faux leather wrap steering wheel here in a quirky and fun looking design, and this steering wheel tilts, although yeah, it doesn't really telescope, so that's a bit of a bummer there. However, the quirky looking design of the wheel complements the fully digital 10.25-inch instrument gauge cluster here. Well, Hyundai calls it the Supervision Digital Instrument Gauge Cluster, and it also goes well with the 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system that comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, this screen size is pretty much par for the course, and luckily we also get the image of a reverse camera here, and the image quality is pretty decent. Now, as for the safety bits of this top-spec Creta GLS IVT, as you're now seeing on your screen, guys, yeah, we get a decent set of safety bits here and a good amount of driver assist aids. However, I did notice that we are missing adaptive cruise control, which is a huge bummer for me, especially since we get lane keep assist and all that driver assist aids, which would have made the drive of this Hyundai Creta a little bit more convenient. Now guys, as for the other amenities and features here, we get a fully automatic climate control setup there. We also have a smart key fob with an engine push start button, a wireless charge pad, and a drive mode knob here because this Creta GLS gets drive modes like Eco, Smart, Normal, and Sport, as well as traction management options for snow, mud, and sand. Now we also get an electronic park brake with an auto hold button, plus we have a couple of cup holders here which I will subject to my 600 ml clean canteen test. Now, as you can see guys, the front cup holder doesn't pass, but the rear cup holder passes with flying colors, so yes, I will give it a marginal pass. Now we also have here a center armrest that is leather wrapped and padded. And as for the cabin materials used here guys, well, I have to hand it over to Hyundai because they managed to fool me. Because guys, I thought that this brown stitch dashboard here is a leather wrapped dashboard, but apparently it's only hard plastics. I mean, but still, kudos to Hyundai for designing it like this. I mean, dude, it really looks like it's leather wrapped. Now, we also have the same treatment for the door cards. It's all just hard plastics, but they do look nice. Although we do get a padded elbow rest on the door cards. Now, the overall look of this cabin, as I said, it looks premium and it also looks quite upscale. For a subcompact crossover, this Hyundai Creta has a surprisingly spacious back seat. You see guys, I'm 5'6" and this is my driving position here, and I'm getting around 6.5 inches of knee room and a good like 4.5 inches of headroom. Now, you can put 3 average Asian adults here at the back and it's going to be still comfortable, but for the most ideal configuration, well, it's best to just limit it to 2 passengers. Now, when it comes to toys, this top spec Hyundai Creta is also well equipped because we get a couple of rear AC vents here, a USB-A charge port, and a small cubby where you can park your smartphone while it's charging. Now, there's also a center armrest here with a pair of cup holders. The Hyundai Creta may be designed for developing markets, but the looks, tech, safety, and cabin materials used are fit for the first world. It's a worthy successor to the Hyundai Kona, at least in looks and specs. However guys, we will have to wait for Hyundai Motor Philippines to engage me and lend me one of these babies in order to give it a proper Reagan Strides driving review video. Now, hopefully with the new local distributor in the Philippines, that should happen anytime soon. Hello there, Hyundai Motor Philippines. Hi. Anyway guys, until it happens, thanks for watching.